He's the best.
Pat, what's with the Steelers jersey?
What up? I don't know. It's comfy. Old as hell. Randall L. What it do, y'all? What it is? Happy Monday. Happy quarantine. Hopefully everybody's staying safe and clean. Welcome to another Games That Define Us. What it do? We are the Arcade Tokens. What's up, guys?
What's up, man? What's up, Pat?
Hey, man. We out here talking games and game stuff related.
Yes, sir.
So if this is your first time watching, this is Games That Define Us, and we're basically talking about we brought two games each, and we're gonna just discuss certain games that either influenced us a lot or we just loved, just a nostalgia blast from the past, featuring our favorite video games. How y'all want to kick this one off?
I'll start. I'm excited about my list. I'm really excited about the two games that I brought today for Games That Define Us. First one I'm going to start off with is a game that took me years to beat. I did not even beat it on the original console it came on. I ended up beating it on an emulator on my brother's computer years later. This game, ladies and gentlemen, starred Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade video game.
Is this the beat 'em up?
This is the beat 'em up. And listen, it was so crazy of a game. It was so good too. I don't know why. It's very simple. Maybe it's just because of the characters, but the music, the boss battles when you go up against Rocksteady and Bebop, when you got to fight the Fly. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I really enjoyed this game as a kid. And then it was years later I found out that they all had special moves. Like if you pressed A and B at the same time, they would do like a hard swing that would kind of like clear out the area around you.
Yeah.
I had no clue about that growing up. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game was definitely up there for me that I'm aware of. I think Arcade 1-Up, who make the in-home arcade cabinets like the Mortal Kombat one I have, I think they have one for this. And it has all 4 players. You can have 4 players playing at it. I kind of want that one, when no lie. Is that Bebop or Rocksteady? Which one is the pig? I can't remember which one is the.
Oh, and Baxter is the Fly.
Yes, man. So this one is up there for me. It was such a great video game. The fact that you could punch, you could hit while you're on the ground, but if you wanted to do a jump kick, you also could. I don't know who was my favorite to play as. I want to say it was Michelangelo, but I think Leo probably had the better reach as far as hitting the enemies that you had.
Over Donatello?
I would think Donatello had the stick, right? But yeah. I recall using Leo the most as far as when I didn't want them to get as close to me. You had to fight the foot soldiers, obviously, in sewers. I think you ended up fighting Krag at the end, or Shredder, one of the two. But I think Krag was a really hard boss battle that happened like in a TV station or something like that. So that's my first one brought to the table.
This is a good one. This was what year was this?
Let's find out. This came out in.
I just feel like the beat 'em up, if done right and with the right characters, it's just a tried and true format that worked across IPs. Like Simpsons, super fun. X-Men, super fun. You know what I mean? I actually preferred the Turtle game after this. I don't know if it was Turtles in Time. They were a little bit bigger, and you can kind of see their colors a little bit more defined.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of, Pat. The one that I like. That was the one that was in like the arcades, right?
Yep. Yeah. This was. This might have been in arcades too, but this was just like a little bit more old school than the other one. Yeah. I do remember playing this one, but not nearly as much as Turtles in Time.
Man, listen.
1990.
1990. Wow.
Yeah.
This game I don't know about y'all, but this game taught you the ranks that you were in your friend clique. Like whoever you hung out with, this showed you what level you were in your clique. If you, not just select in these turtle selections, because
I see what you mean.
Yeah, you would learn who you were in the group because you would always match up your stuff. So I would always have to go with Leo, but I'd always have to battle my homeboy for Leo because he was always fighting to be the leader of the group.
Nice.
My homeboy, he was the silly one, so he would always get Michelangelo. My other homeboy, he was always a scary ass nigga, so we would just give him Donatello. And I want to apologize for just thinking Donatello was scary because it take a lot to wield the bow staff.
That's what I'm saying, man. He had the most skill, low key.
Yeah. And he was the tech guy. Like I didn't grasp like
I'm about to say, and don't disrespect Donatello because you know good and damn well I'm the tech guy. Don't do that.
Listen,
don't do that.
Back in the Gap, I was hella disrespectful about Donatello, man. I was all Michelangelo pizza, obviously. And then I got older and I was like, yo, this don't work without Donatello. Leo and Ralph would be fighting all the time. Michelangelo would look like me now. Like this, he holds the team together.
That's usually how it goes. People shit on Donatello, then they grow up and they're like, oh, he was dope. I was kind of the opposite. As a kid, I was like, Donatello is sick. He's smart. He has the staff and he like knows like the best martial arts. But as an adult, I'm like, y'all were fighting robots. Like you were the smart dude in the group and you had a wooden stick to fight robots. Like it didn't. That was weird. It looked like April was just making out with Raphael.
That was absolutely bestiality. Keep going.
But yeah, it seemed like if he was so smart, like he could have he should have had the best weapon, low key.
For sure. He should have set up an EMP in the staff or something to shoot the little boom, 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 boom all the way through.
That's what I'm saying.
Low key though, he did make the turtle truck though. So he did have what he was doing.
Yeah, that had weapons on it, but it's like, fam, when he got out of it, he got his stick out. It was just like against robots. I don't understand.
Really? Right.
He's up there for me, man. This one is definitely one of the games that I helped define me as a gamer. I remember playing it on the Nintendo, the original, sliding it in, closing the lid, is not working, blowing on it, trying to get it to work. And I was born in 1989. So that means the game had been out for some time before I even started playing it. I want to say maybe around 93 is when I remember, I think, really having my hands tied to this game, man.
So did you beat it?
I didn't beat it on the original console. I ended up beating it years later on an emulator on my brother's computer.
Okay.
Yeah. How long is it?
It's a couple levels.
It's a couple stages. It's an arcade game, so it's not very long. But of course, arcades they're made to take those damn coins from you.
Right.
So,
right.
So, yeah.
Right. That's mainly with like difficulty, not necessarily like crazy amounts of levels, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and these things can. I mean, these games weren't really easy. Like the first few, levels were okay, but it's like you couldn't really just run up to stuff and fight it. Like it was a lot of strategy involved in these things, and that's one thing about old school games that's like tried and true. Like there's, with the exception of like the stuff like Sekiro and Bloodborne, games are pretty easy now. It's kind of just like walking through the experience and just unless you like go out of your way to do hard mode. But back then, it's like you really couldn't play video games if you were trash.
Low-key with these games, you couldn't, like, you selected your partner with real strategy. It's like, yo, who you playing with? Be like, oh, man, you got to get Raphael. He's the best. You don't know how to play this game.
Was Raphael the worst?
Raphael, a lot of people didn't play with him, man.
Maybe because the size and like the reach of the weapons wasn't all that in this game.
Size are dumb.
Size are pretty dumb.
His weapons were dumb. Sorry.
Speaking of size, I think it was at the very first, or maybe it was at the second Joysticks and Drinks event. Pat shows up. He opens up his bag. He's getting his stuff set up. And what does he pull out on accident? He just sets it at the table around everyone. He just sets down a set of size. And everyone's
not
like,
fake size either.
No, real heavy size.
Really? Me?
Yes.
Yes, you. What's funny is it's in a bag with the handle is a yellow strip that says warning.
Okay. Now I know.
That's even worse.
I mean, that's not my typical gaming bag, so
yeah.
I just brought it that time.
What bag is that for, Pat?
You said what?
What is that bag for?
Man, it just has a whole bunch of random stuff in it, man. I couldn't even tell you. It has dominoes, jump ropes. It's just like my Felix the Cat magic bag.
I'm about to say he's like a whole Miss Frizzle's like go-to bag in there.
And he just said Felix the Cat bag. You have my respect forever, Pat. Thank you.
Hey, Felix is out here.
Felix the Cat was my.
I used to rock Felix the Cat crew necks exclusively. I know that's a weird style choice, but.
No, not really.
Felix the Cat is the black one, right?
Yeah.
Felix the Cat was
Isn't
the black
he the only
dude with
character
the
you don't have to worry about dealing with trademark infringement with him?
Because he's so old?
Yeah, I think he's one of the icons and characters you can use, and it was not a trademark infringement.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's considered like public works. That's why people can use like Alice in Wonderland, Zorro, whole bunch of old stories. You can use them as much as you want because they're public works now. Is what they consider.
That's crazy. I heard that within the last year or two, Mickey Mouse's rights ran out.
The original, the tugboat Mickey Mouse.
And then they bought him back,
Steamboat
right?
Willie. Yeah, they probably bought him back. They're not gonna let that go. So
that would be crazy if some random dude came up on Mickey Mouse.
All you have to just get that millisecond in, just that as they're and it ends, and then Disney's come right on top.
Woo! Right before Disney Plus.
A whole bag.
You would have.
I would have revamped Oswald the rabbit. You remember the nigga that Mickey Mouse played?
He had a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they had a video game that come out called Mickey's.
Oh, that's right. It was like 3D, right?
Yeah.
But it was like multiple games in like one. Like you could play multiple games, and that rabbit was one of the stories you could play.
Yeah, man.
Oh, but it wasn't like his game, right?
It was Epic Mickey. It was the Epic Mickey video game, and it was the power of two. So Oswald ended up becoming a playable character in the second one. So yeah, man, they had their own video game.
Got a sting. It's got a sting for Oswald. His only appearance was in Epic Mickey.
Yeah. Which for those that don't know Disney, like Mickey wasn't even the original mascot for Disney. It was another character named Oswald who was a rabbit. You guys should go look him up.
He's dope. I have a little Oswald pin.
Nice.
Could you imagine Oswald just drunk, his life going to shit, and he's just like, yo, man, I gotta get something better than this. And they like, yo, I'm hearing these Looney Tune cats are supposed to be doing something big right now. And they're like, nah, we're gonna go with this dude named Bugs. He's a little bit younger and he has a lot of fun head up.
He's all washed up. It's like I had it all, man. That would be insane though. I feel like he's kind of like the dude who used to host American Idol. Remember that guy?
Oh my God.
Ryan Seacrest?
Oh man, there was two people. You remember?
Who was the old
before Ryan Seacrest took over? Yeah.
There was two people, and I think he left because he was like, nigga, this ain't about to be big. And after that, he literally like wrote a book or something about like it's called like The Other Guy or The Forgotten Guy, and it was just talking about like that whole experience and how he just missed the boat, man. He just missed the boat and nothing else came.
I remember when they announced Ryan Seacrest. That's the only reason why I remember those two.
Brian Dunkelman.
Woo!
Shout out to Brian Dunkelman. Hey, shout out to Ryan Keels. A game that defines me. Tony Hawk Underground for the PS2. On Christmas morning, I played it in the dark for 5 hours and damn near went blind. He wanted to send us that message with the super chat. So big shout out to Ryan Keels. We're a part of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan club, brother. So we get it for sure.
Oh yeah. We're gonna bring back the annual trick off.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Pat, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm gonna take it back to I believe this was 1999. This was on the PlayStation 1 by who made this game? We were just talking about Rare. Sony. Oh, this was just Sony. Ape Escape. This game was everything to a little stupid kid. If you've never seen this, it's about a monkey named Spectre who becomes intelligent. It's kind of like the Planet of the Apes whole thing. He gets a helmet that lets him control the other apes, and he scatters them through time. They basically said, let's take Planet of the Apes and make it throughout the timeline. He scatters these monkeys throughout the time. You are a kid named Spike, who I always thought his design was super dope. Kind of looks like the Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Yeah.
And it was just dope, man. He had his own like professor. It was almost like his version of Professor Oak, who gave him all these gadgets. Like he had a time net. You basically had to come up to these different monkeys. Each monkey had their own personality. They're all like doing something random. Like you go to dinosaur times, and there'd be like a monkey that's bad with an attitude riding on top of a triceratops, and you have to find a way to get him off of that. And it was just dope. It was like open free world. You had a certain amount of monkeys before you can go on to the next one. And you could hit them with these like lightsaber looking things to stun them. You had these nets, just like these different gadgets. And I believe there was a couple. I did play Ape Escape 2, but it was lit, man. I just remember like I'm looking at this. I feel like it would hold up just because it's such a satisfying game to just be going through different time periods, catching monkeys. Like that was just what you wanted to do as a little boy.
Well, I grew up. I wanted to catch a little bit. I wanted to catch monkeys too as an adult, Pat. So
Yeah.
I mean, I want to play this right now, low key. You guys messed around and showed me the gameplay footage. I might.
Was his life bar pizzas?
Cookies.
There were cookies.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty damn cool. I forgot he had a lightsaber. I remember the net. I did not remember the lightsaber.
There was a lightsaber to sort of like stun him. I want to say there was like more.
And then boom, that was it. Then you just trapped him up.
This game was hella basic, but
fun.
When it's basic and you can just get it right and you understand that and you get it right, it just works. And that's what Ape Escape was. This is what it is. This is what you got to do. Have fun.
He had an RC car. He had a slingshot. I'm looking at it right now. He had a super hoop, which was hilarious. It was like a hula hoop. It was like water. You can get in the water, which for me in video games was a really big deal back then. Yeah, it was dope. Like I just kind of want to.
So was there a final boss that you had to get to?
Spectre was the final boss.
Spectre was he a big monkey, same size as everyone else?
He kind of looked like Spike a little bit. He was a little bit bigger than the other monkeys and had like white hair, but it was kind of like spiky like Spikes, and he had like the little helmet that did all this stuff. Oh yeah, there was a Sky Flyer that was basically, it looked like those hoverboards that came out in like 10 years ago, so that you could fly. Yeah, there was this.
Oh, this is Spectre? He looks crazy.
So Pat, I actually have a little fun fact since you brought this game up. I want to go ahead and show you something real quick. Okay. So did you know that there is a crossover of Metal Gear Solid and Ape Escape? Here you go.
Oh.
Here you go.
Check this out. Big shout out.
There you go. This is real, by the way. This is literally Solid Snake, right? Oh, Snake right now, catching these monkeys, playing as Snake.
But it's in the Metal Gear Solid format. I think this is Snake Eater.
This is Snake Eater. This is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I needed to know. I saw this on YouTube years ago. Is this real?
It is absolutely real.
Okay. See, I thought this was fan made, so I never.
Nope. I actually played this mode. This is an actual mode in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Bro, he's shooting them with a Glock though. This nigga ain't catching no apes. This nigga's catching dead bodies.
Come on, it's a tranquilizer. He's on his Joe Exotic type stuff.
Oh, is it?
So he is coming. So he is.
Yeah.
Kill.
Oh yeah, if he's Joe Exotic, then he's killing the shit out of you. How long was this? Like, was this like one level or was this?
It's like a whole mode.
It's like it's timed.
Yeah,
it's like 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's timed. There's a whole mode for it, as well as there's actually I never played the other side of it when you play as a monkey and you actually pretend to be Snake. I don't have that video, but I saw it earlier. Like, yeah, literally, so you become a monkey and have to sneak around as a monkey.
There's your remake, Pat. This is your HD version of Ape Escape. You should take a chance and go play this, man.
I hate this.
Wow. Why? Look at the giant monkey.
These are two worlds I never wanted together. He shot that monkey in the face. I like these monkeys. I'm not trying to beat them up. I'm not trying to shoot them with a realistic gun. These weapons in Ape Escape are cute as hell, man. He has an RC car, a slingshot, a hula hoop. This nigga pulled out a 45.
The apes look ridiculous. They look psychotic.
I just had to let you know, Pat.
No, that's amazing.
Does exist.
That is
a crazy crossover in gaming history.
That is dope.
That's truly amazing. Jesus.
All right.
That's Ape Escape.
That's Ape Escape.
Classic. I guess I'll go. Well, not I guess. Of course, it's my turn. I'm gonna go with a game that is also a beat 'em up that I would just spend. This is literally simple, and you can just spend hours upon hours upon hours playing, and you will get lost in it. And it is called Dynasty Warriors on PlayStation 2.
Yep.
And some of y'all probably seen earlier, this thing is up to 9.
Yeah. I was playing it. This is the newest one.
Yeah. 9 iterations of this game. 9, Will.
9. And the thing is, it's so simple. So basically, you're like, and I think they changed. I might be wrong, but I think they changed like within regions, within different ones. But the one I played particularly, I think was 3, where you were in like ancient Japan, like during like when all the like empires and stuff were being built and stuff like they were there too. Were just being built, and so you would go to these places that that's on the map, and you would literally invade their village. You would fight all their warriors that would come in and invade your village. So pretty much, Pat, do you remember that game we played? That was with Link, and we were running through and we were fighting all
PHARAOH Warriors.
Yeah, so that's exactly what this is from. That game is just like this one. But
okay. So like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire Emblem's a little different, but yes. Old school, I mean, new school Fire Emblem, sure. The old school one was built a lot different than this one, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure, the Hyrule Warriors one, the best example of probably what you played, Pat, for sure.
What are we looking at right now? Is this the most recent one or the first?
This is the most recent game. This is Dynasty Warriors 9 right here. This is what it looks like.
I was about to say, this looks great for PlayStation 1.
No,
right? And I ain't gonna lie, I low-key might get Dynasty Warriors now.
My thing about the Dynasty Warriors series is like every time, like the very first one I played, I think was on the PSP, and I don't remember what that one was called, but when I ended up getting Dynasty Warriors for like the PS2 or PS3 after that, it was the same game.
It's real repetitive. It's real repetitive, man.
Super repetitive. It's like you're doing a horde mode consistently over and over and over again. You're invading. You're doing the same moves.
Yeah. That's why I didn't like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like Hyrule Warriors? Got you.
Yeah, that's kind of why.
That's what I'm saying. This is one of those like if you need to kind of like the reason why I say that defines me because it is a very very repetitive game, but it made me understand just how repetitive games can be a huge stress reliever. I think somebody said that Connor Hawk in the chat as well. It was a huge stress reliever. It's like this was during the time like in high school, whole bunch of changes going and stuff like that. You know, I got a mustache now, so I got to worry about trying to not get that shaved off. It was a great time for you to just relieve stress and just beat stuff up.
So I'm looking at Dynasty Warriors, and it's looking like a side fighter.
No, which I don't know which Dynasty Warriors you're looking at, but this is for sure.
Dynasty Warriors 1. It's like a.
Not too sure, but I know the Dynasty Warriors that I've always seen was always this.
Yeah, it was always this.
Always this.
The first,
unless they did come out with a game like
did they come out with a fighter? Did they come out with
like this? This is the Dynasty Warriors that comes up on YouTube.
The original, huh? Let me see.
Wait, show that again.
That looks like some tech.
That looks hella familiar. What is that?
Warriors.
Yeah, I guess it's the first one. Shall I look at the second one?
I do remember that game though.
Yeah.
No, because I remember that character, the dude in the blue.
Yeah, this is Dynasty Warriors fighting game. Yeah, there is one.
Yeah, probably way back.
I've never played.
I never played that one. I only played this type of mode. Maybe it was like that way back.
I do remember that game though. I didn't remember the name of it, but that was my first encounter with like the Tekken type of fighting style.
So did you play the second one?
Probably.
Yeah, I played 2, 3, and above. Like my first encounter was with Dynasty Warriors 3.
This is 2.
Yep, that's what you know what I'm saying. It just turned into that from now on. Yeah. Okay. So I guess the first one is just a one-off.
That's crazy.
They never went back to that.
They said, nah. Tekken came out and changed everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me that, you know, Tekken, Virtual Fighter, and there's one with like that Dead or Alive. It's like they were the same. Tekken, I think, had the best characters of them all. But I've always wondered why Virtual Fighter and Dead or Alive just kept coming. Like, yo, y'all not gonna stop Tekken.
I did not like either of those games.
I couldn't.
One of them had a ninja that was cool, but that was about it.
Yeah. Probably Dead or Alive. It's probably my boy Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. That's probably what you're talking about. Just saying.
Oh, did Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah,
Ninja Gaiden was before that, right?
Yeah, Ryu Hayabusa is in Dead or Alive.
No,
right. He had his own game first, right?
He had his own game, but I'm just saying he's in Dead or Alive.
Hold on, Pat. So that's me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Somebody in the comments just put this out. That was Virtual Fighters that you were showing. So they just named that wrong.
What?
No, I got a couple of
Virtual Fighters. Look up the characters and see if you can find one that's kind of like dressed like Goku, but he got it's a all blue suit.
If you look up Dynasty Warriors fighting, that comes up what Pat was just showing.
Yeah, I mean that was just the video I showed you guys, but there's a. See, I'll show you.
I mean, if you got a title screen, that says it all. Sound like you're pulling up the title screen.
Shout out to Super Casual Boom. Hey, content stealers, just kidding. Pat, you got to read that one.
Yeah, you can read that.
Hey, content stealers, just kidding. That's funny. Define Me was Chrono Trigger and 94 to 98. I don't know what that is. Yearly release, The King of Fighters. Also, favorite fighting game, Fireball.
Ooh, okay.
Good question.
So King of Fighters did release. I think King of Fighters 99 is the one we had, right, Kadeem?
Yeah, we had 99.
We had
I went
99.
back. 97, I think, is like the best one. I went back and played it. 97 is probably the best one.
There's that. Chrono Trigger we didn't get to, but I think we started playing Chrono Cross. That's what
we played Cross. We did play Cross.
Cross is it's an RPG.
Yeah.
Is that what old boy from Smash Bros is from with the big sword that's the glowing sword?
Ask that again, Pat?
The dude from Smash Bros. Who has like that weird looking sword that has like it's kind of like light also.
Where is Shulk from, Kadeem? That's what we
said. No, Shulk is from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And then what was his last question?
The favorite fighting game, Fireball. That was his question.
That's a great question.
It is a good question.
I mean, the Hadouken is.
I mean that you got Liu Kang's Fireball.
I was about to say that
Liu Kang's was unstoppable for a while, bro.
Mega Man technically has a Fireball. I mean, that's plasma, but
technically,
it's still a ball though.
Mine would be Tiger Shot, Sagat.
Oh,
Street Fighter.
Samus.
Yeah.
Dalsim. Spitting.
No, like a legit Fireball.
Okay,
Right.
legit Fireball. I mean, then if that's the case, like Ryu's is like hands down. If it's just like a legit like.
Well, I don't know, man. Kamehameha has been in video games too. You can't take that out.
That's true.
You got to go Hadouken, man. It's the first thing I think of. I can't really think of anything. I mean, you got Mario's Fireball too.
Oh, good catch.
Low-key weak, though.
Good catch. I totally forgot about that.
That shit is like throwing a tennis ball that's on fire. That shit just bounce.
If you think about where it bounces and how like little it goes from him, it's like, yo, this is sweet. Like,
although Mario's super special Fireball is bigger than Ryu's low-key.
Hell yeah. That shit takes up a whole level screen. A whole stage is completely his Fireball as it's circling all the way through.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna go with Ken.
That's rare. That's rare that when it comes out.
For sure. I'm gonna go with Ken. I'll go with the Ken Fireball. It's not too much different from the reviews. I think on the old school Street Fighter 2, its frame rate is maybe just be a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It blinks a little bit more.
So I'll go with Ken.
I don't like Ken. Ken came through, stole from the Japanese man, and they basically just made a blonde-haired white
Masters dude. Is that man's name, by the way. His last name's Masters.
God. I forgot about that. But why he came through? They could have just kept Ryu as Ryu and moved on, but they wanted to take
They needed an American hero. We needed the guys who were growing up watching Jean-Claude Van Damme to have their representation in the video game.
We had Guile.
Right.
Guile was not for the Jean-Claude fans. Guile wasn't a real martial artist. He was in the
Guile was a white. He was American. He was a general. He had the blonde hair.
But he wasn't martial arts.
And let's not forget, who played Guile in the movie?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. But are we talking about the Street Fighter film?
Hey, look.
He was literally Jean-Claude Van Damme, though.
Nah.
Yeah, that's the fact.
We needed to have, let me give a better example then. We needed to have, a Steven Seagal type guy in that character, in that role?
Ken is gentrification in Street Fighter. That's what he is.
Ken is a gentrified street.
Exactly what he is.
He gentrified the street in question.
He don't even go Hadouken. He go Whole Foods. And
you say Whole Foods?
He goes Whole Foods.
Is
wow.
That true? TJ Goodwin. Is that true that Ken is half Japanese? I never knew that. Is he? In the lore?
I didn't know that. If it's the truth, it's the truth. But I didn't know that.
He was a white dude studying in Japan.
Right. That's exactly what it was. Because I remember the story.
Hey, huge shout out to Nigel. Nigel Sims with the hot fitty. Love y'all. Love y'all all deaf, but y'all slipping. And I know my guy from Holes gotta know too. Please don't take that as a diss. I grew up seeing. What are you talking about? 28, so please acknowledge Vice City. Man, fuck you and Vice City. How about that?
Yo.
How you gonna say we slipping on our video game choices? We like Vice City.
Vice
No,
City. I mean, that's one of
no,
Will's.
no,
Literally Will's aesthetic.
Yeah, no. Will already chose that. Will chose that like 2 episodes ago.
That was like the first episode.
Yeah, Will already talked to it. Will already brought that up.
So that means you don't love
Nigel.
us. You didn't watch that episode.
Yeah,
Nigel-
you can
Nigel-
love us.
Nigel,
Saying we
you-
slipping
yeah.
for not acknowledging Vice City. We Vice City'd up.
If you go back, Nigel, yes, we did put some light on good old Vice City.
Low key, I want to play Vice City.
All night and day.
Low key, low key, I'm trying to play Vice City because ever since Will said that Vice City was low key better than
San Andreas.
San Andreas,
Yeah.
that's like almost like some Black Blasphemy stuff. I love San Andreas and I just rolled with it. But when I really think about it, Vice City might have been a better game.
I didn't enjoy San Andreas, man.
I'm telling
At
you.
all?
I didn't. I didn't. I
as-
fell in love with Vice City for sure. That's what really got me into the Grand Theft Auto games. But when San Andreas got rolled out, I was like, this ain't connecting with me, and I don't know why.
And you know what's crazy about you saying that? The fact that it's based on LA.
LA.
You're
Hey,
a LA
Big Smoke in the
dude.
chat, by the way. Big Smoke in the chat saying, "How dare you?" That was actually pretty funny.
Hey,
If y'all
man,
don't know, Big Smoke as in he's in San Andreas.
Look,
It's obvious not
man.
him, it's just funny.
here's the 2 things you liked about it. It was black people, LA. Outside of that, the story wasn't really all that. The story
No,
was
I'm not saying it was bad.
No,
'Cause
no,
was
not
a
saying it was
great
bad.
game.
No, I didn't say it was bad either. I'm just saying I just couldn't.
but
It didn't
as
hit like
far-
Vice City hit for me.
Yeah, Vice City was just you know what it was too? San Andreas didn't have no dope cars. Besides the green Saber, name another dope car in San Andreas.
Mm.
I don't think I could really.
Vice City, you got a few.
I mean, all of them had good cars. Even 4, that atrocious one that no one talks about. That
What's
had some
funny,
cool
what's
cars.
funny is they put all their money into making the cars look dope and then fuck the whole game.
It showed. Oh, it showed.
Yeah, because
I
the cars
fully
were
believe
fire.
Mm-mm.
That game was asshole.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto what 4?
Mm-hmm.
Trash.
You're the
You
Russian
know?
dude.
Trash.
Hey, I mean, it has a strong fan base, bro. Like I understand. Like,
Does
we
it?
we didn't play it much, but bro, they made a lot of DLCs out that game, so it made money somewhere. They kept
that's
pushing out the
true.
DLCs.
Yeah, Gay Tony, and a lot of them transferred over to 5 actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The
you
Ballad
did
of Gay
have- yeah,
Tony
you
and all
did
that
have fun
stuff.
with it. Yeah,
So-
like the loss made its way into 5. Because 4 is the reason why we got the biker gang. Gay Tony, the dude that take all the testosterone and work out and stuff, Bruce. He was from 4. Yeah, you're right. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of
People
characters.
co-signing in the chat that said GTA 4 was goated. Don't disrespect. And yeah, the storyline of 4 was legit. GTA 4 driving mechanics sucked though. I don't know. For me, above them in the list, I gotta go Vice City first, and then definitely followed by GTA 5. Man,
I'm putting 5 third, low key.
what are you gonna put on the first two?
San Andreas. Like
San
I
Andreas
said,
up there, okay.
all Will made me realize was Vice City was a little bit more enjoyable. Not necessarily like that realization didn't make me go, San Andreas was trash. Like I still love San Andreas, but I think it's Vice City, San Andreas, then the 5th one.
Feel it.
Then I would low key put 3 under that because I enjoyed 3.
3 was good. 3 was good.
like
I will say that too.
Yeah, 3's good. It's good.
Nico Belchick was his name.
Yep.
Man, get out of here.
Good old Nico.
This is trash. Shout out to Cloud Village. Appreciate you. Said this is just because the love and support runs deep in the. Well, thank you. Thank you for all the dope content, Cloud Village. Well, thank you for the hot peony.
Yes.
Yeah, low key, my memory is just bad for a lot of these things.
Is it me next, Sedima?
I believe so.
Next up, I will go next then. The next game on my games that define me list is a game that I wasn't aware that I thought was going to change the storyline. I thought I was going to buy it and get the same characters that I fell in love with the original with. And I enjoyed it, of course, Final Fantasy VII. And the next thing to come was Final Fantasy VIII. And I'm like, Cloud and Tifa and Barrett. But nope, that's not what happens in the Final Fantasy series at all, ladies and gentlemen. And I had to go get Final Fantasy VIII and I don't want to say a completely different fighting system, but definitely a new fighting system was added to this game. You had characters like Squall Leonhart is what they call him online, but pretty sure it's Lionheart. Squall Leonhart, Renoa, Quaestus, Cypher, Adia, Selfie, Zell, Where's my man with the shotgun? Irvin. Shout out to my man Irvin with the shotgun. I loved his special because you could load up different shotgun shells and he could take out a boss in like 3 plays. I loved him. I love the fact that you were, in order to get like your fire material, your thunder material, you had to draw it out of your enemy, and then it became a part of your arsenal. I really enjoyed that aspect of the gameplay. The only thing that I didn't really like, which is I think every person who's played Final Fantasy VIII, they didn't like the story. The story definitely fell flat. No one got it. No one understood it. It was convoluted as hell. And then you had to go online to really understand what the hell did you just play. There have been many
character's name?
Huh?
What's the main character's name?
Squall.
Is that the dude with the jacket?
Yep. Squall takes. He definitely has a cameo in the Kingdom Hearts series as well.
They call him Leon in that though. They
do call him Leon.
They literally just went away from his whole name. They don't call him Squall anymore, bro. They call him Leon.
Squall outfit is booty.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy VIII is up there for me. You know, there's many people who want to see a remake. There's many people. I think they've remastered it.
They remastered it, so you can't get it on PS4
I need a
right
remake,
now.
Though. I don't want to.
No, it's fine.
No.
Hey, look,
I do appreciate the fact that from Final Fantasy 7 there was 3 discs, and then with Final Fantasy 8 there was 4 discs. So I was like, "Ooh, more gameplay." But geez, was the story just not good?
It was longer than 7.
It was 4 discs long.
How did you do all of this? So you had to learn a whole new cast. Like I was too pissed off by the time 8 came that they just replaced everybody. I never got into it.
Pat, let me tell you, look, I gotta tell you how dope 8 was, bro. 8 was so dope that it made me realize that I will never go past 7. Like 7 was my stopping point. Like I was like, yo, 1 through 6, not for me.
Are there 6?
8 and up, not for me.
I thought they started with Final Fantasy 7.
They should.
That's what a lot of people think, bro. I get
Final Fantasy started on Game Boy.
No, Nintendo. Let's go all the way back. Nintendo. The first Final Fantasy, the name actual Final Fantasy was literally their last attempt at a video game.
That's the final?
That is what the final actually means.
That's why it's that title. Yeah.
That's
true
statement.
From,
bro.
That is.
So were they just like, fuck this, nothing's working? Or was it like, I don't want to do games anymore?
It nothing else is working, so this is our last attempt.
This is
Eddie to put that in the title.
This is around the time people were still recovering from, because remember, like, games almost wasn't gonna be it. Mario saved everything, but still a lot of like companies were still trying to recover and make their stuff back, and still
really funny.
This is one of them. But yeah, man, this really made me just realize like 7 was it, because like you said, Pat, I'm like, look, I'm trying to remember the names, and 7, y'all got a whole nother.
Oh wait, did you play 8?
I started with 8. I got through half of the first disc, and like how KHLEO said, story-wise, bro, I was like, yo, this story is trash. Because then 7 is so epic, you think like 8 finna just blow it out the water, and it was just like, this is a side mission.
This is bad.
I dipped my toes in every other Final Fantasy just because I liked 7 that much. I didn't even know there was a 1 through 6, to be honest. But it's just everything else was meh. And if you think about Final Fantasy and how long their stories are, like Final Fantasy 7, they drop you off like right in it. Like you get off the train, niggas is fighting, you go right into it. But then you got stuff like 15 where you on a road trip for like 4 hours before you fight, and it's just like, fam, you got to get me in the first 5 to 10.
You got a sausage fest for the beginning of Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 9, I never got into. My brother co-signs it. I can't ever get into Final Fantasy.
9?
I can't get into 9.
It's a play. It's literally a theatrical play.
I don't like that.
Is 9 the one that got the dude with the hat that looked like he from He-Man with the eyes? What is that character?
I'm not sure. There's one guy with red dreadlocks. I didn't like the character designs for 9. 10 came out for the PS2 and helped push the Final Fantasy. I feel back into the glory that they felt Final Fantasy 7 pushed it to. Final Fantasy 10 was really big. It spawned 2 did it have 2 sequels?
No, just one.
Just one. It had 10
2.
I do remember this. Dang it, it won't show on here. But I do remember this. This was
there was the knight guy, there was the little princess girl, there was the main character had like a tail, and then there was a dude with the dreadlocks, and there was Vivi, the little mage right there with his eyes and the big magician hat.
Yep.
Oh, I played this one. I played the first
play
level.
this
Don't you start on like the freeway or a fight on the middle of like a highway or something?
On 9?
9?
10.
10. Yeah, you start in the middle, like you kind of start on a highway. Yep.
Like there's people like running past
Yeah.
you and stuff.
Yeah, it's you get out of a blitzball tournament.
Yeah.
Titus is the blitzball player. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Its opening was fire. That's not.
Opening was crazy.
They were like, hey, we're gonna show off how great we can make a PS2 game look. Boom, here's your graphics. They killed the opening.
Yeah, they killed the opening, bro. It's a good game. I mean, they've put it on every console. You can get on the Switch, on the PS4, the PS3, the PS2, the PS Vita.
Probably an iPhone
I've never
now.
even laid eyes on Final Fantasy 11. I've never seen this cover before.
It's online. It's
an online game.
It's online.
Yeah.
It's online.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Was it bad?
It's online. So.
Kidding. What's the one with the bunny as the bunny who's like a
Final Fantasy 12. Slept on.
Not
Slept
playing.
On. Slept on.
He's saying Final Fantasy 12 is a go-to. I can't get with it.
Slept on. Love that battle system.
All of these just let you know that 7. Every time they come out with a new one, it's just letting us know more and more. It's like 50 Cent. 7 is get rich or die trying. Final Fantasy.
It's funny that they were almost bankrupt and they shot out 15 more games and had one good one in all of them. They really were on their last leg.
They were on their last, and they fired off and kept going, man. It's crazy.
You know what that shows? You never know when you're going to get your stride.
Never.
Because if you would have told me I wouldn't have a good game until my 7th one, like, nigga, damn, they really hung in there. So,
but there is one that it's kind of weird. So 3 in Japan is 6 here, and 6 is a very, very well-known game. They love that game. It's a very weird. I don't know how that happened to us, but we got 6 was. Our 6 is their 3, but 3's a very, very, like, they classify that game as very good as well. So I didn't play it much either, but it's well known.
It's hard to even go back and really play those type of, especially for how far we've come with battle systems and graphics. Because the original Final Fantasies, 1 through 6 don't look like 7. They're very 2DS. They remind you of like the old Zelda games, the old Link to the Past type games. Yeah. They're like that. But so picture that type of art style, but then with Final Fantasy's game mechanics, like turn-based. It's just like, I can't.
When did they lose that? When did they lose turn-based?
13?
No, I would say, I guess it was 13. No,
13.
No, I would say not even that. Honestly, it's been going for a long time. I would say Crisis Core for the PSP is kind of when they finally broke out.
Okay.
And tried it. I think they experimented on the PSP with it because 12 is still kind of turn-based in a sense. 13 is too. 15 is the real one when they really jumped out of it. So,
I feel like they're too long. Pause.
Yeah.
They're just too long for me.
Yeah.
Those games be intimidating. Like, and it's crazy how long each disc is too. Like they really, really took their time with that. You could have split Final Fantasy 7 into like 4 games.
Which is what they're doing now. Which is where here we are. I'm at the very end of the game. This is my last stream tonight playing Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I'm really excited, bro. That's it.
So wait, did they remake the whole game or just the first disc?
From what I'm understanding, they're remaking up to a certain point in the game. Is what I'm thinking, is that where the first disc ends?
Where?
When you get out of Midgar?
Nope.
Nope, because you're still in the first disc when you get out of Midgar, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so no, where the first disc is not what's been remade.
Nope.
Wait, what do you mean?
Maybe 60% of disc 1 is what's been remade for the Final Fantasy.
Bro, not even 60, bro. You're giving them way too much credit. This is like 30% of disc 1 is what's been made.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
I didn't know that.
You mean to tell me the game that just dropped is only 42% of that 3-disc game we played back in the game?
Absolutely.
You tell me more Final Fantasy 7 is coming.
Absolutely.
I thought they did the whole thing.
Nope.
No.
Oh no. There's so much more left on disc 1. Honestly, you can get out of Midgar pretty quick in the original.
Yeah.
You can get out of Midgar pretty quick.
So it doesn't even go up to the Chukatus. You don't even get to see the Chukatus.
No, you didn't even get outside to go on the truck boat.
Bro,
Ain't no Shukasus?
There are chocobos in the Final Fantasy VII remake.
I don't respect that name. I don't.
So we can see the chickaroos.
They're chocobos.
I don't honor that name.
I don't either.
I literally want Will to make Chickaroo shirts.
He has to.
Please, for the arcade tokens of all Dev Gaming fans, if you don't like the word chocobo, please go and support and go grab yourself a Chickaroo shirt.
You gonna make Final Fantasy fans shoot themselves.
They're like, it's chocobos, man. Stop playing.
Shout out to Alex Robinson. Appreciate you. Said he only played Final Fantasy 7 and 9, and that were great. Thank you. Also, shout out to Sydney. Sidboo. Appreciate you. Said anyone play Pac-Man World 2 for the OG Xbox?
Oh, Pac-Man World 2.
No, I didn't.
I didn't play that.
I don't have that many Xbox games.
Yeah.
I
just got an Xbox screen.
When Pac-Man got out of his original, gameplay, was anyone really trying to play that?
Yep.
Nope. Not me.
Yep.
I got excited on certain stuff it moved to. I ain't gonna front. Like when I saw, you know what? I ain't gonna front. I did have Pac-Man on Sega because I think it had like a whole, I think it had like 100 levels of Pac-Man.
That game was hard. That game was dope. I played Pac-Man World 1 and 2. I don't remember the one after it, but that was a really good game. That was actually, I like that. I enjoyed that game more than the original Pac-Man.
He's Mario, he's Spyro, he's Banjo-Kazooie. It's just another one of those games.
Oh, tried and true. Give me all of them.
Wow. All right.
Pat,
you're up. What's your next game?
All right. This is a hot classic. This is 1997 Nintendo 64. Golden Eye. This is the split screen GOAT. This is before online play, when you actually had to have your friends come over to play, and this was just hours. This is one of the few first-person shooters that I equally enjoyed multiplayer with the story, because the story was so dope. That damn level was such an iconic opening. The guards are so stupid in this game. They're just kind of like just chilling, and it's like the what really made the storyline great for this was the fact that there was harder modes where you had to do more stuff. Like the first, when I was a kid and I first played it, like when it was fresh out the box, you just go to the dam and jump off, and you're like, nigga, why did you do that? Why did you come to this dam to just jump off? But if you play in the secret agent mode or the one above that, you keep going past and you go into those like little bunker things, and you have to like download things, and you have to like really go in and do harder missions. So damn, this is the level. It's the damn level right here. And just taught us all about guns. Like just like obviously the stupid one, like the crazy ones that we would never ever see. Like PP7 was just the most classic gun. It was dumb. It was. I liked how they did the guns back then, but I don't like it now because it's just like the barrel. It looks like he's holding the AK like this.
Right. So for the longest, I didn't know this was an AK. So like I got older and I was like, wow.
That's a whole AK.
It's weird. It's like holding a gun like a remote. It's super weird. But I loved this game. I think that it was cool that you can be so many characters. Odd Job was obviously the cheat character, so
of course.
And yeah, it was. I want to say that my favorite level was either the I don't know if it was Archives, the one that you can go underneath into the prison, like it's like an underground prison in it. I forget which one it was, but yeah, like just everything about this game, the guns, the levels, the characters, it just made it was low key better than the movie.
So the characters that you could choose when we got into like the 4-player versus mode, you had, of course, 007, you had Odd Job. Was Jaws one of the people?
Jaws, Natalia.
Odd Job, I think there's another one, I think.
Yeah.
Odd Job is in?
Yeah.
What was the one with the Asian with the hat, with the bowler hat?
That was Odd Job. That was Odd Job.
That was Odd Job. Okay.
And then I always went for the townsfolk. I would be like a scientist or like
that's what I would say.
Just like how once you get past all the regular characters, you get to be like scientist, jungle, commando, all these random things. I was always just random people.
Security number 4.
So there's a couple things I do know about this game. They tried to get the likenesses for every actor who played 007 up to that point to actually be in the game as a skin. So like Sean Connery, of course, what's my man's that's on the cover of this game?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan and all the original actors. They didn't get a chance to line that out. And then also,
I'm gonna cut you off there. They actually are in the game if you hack it. They are.
Oh, they are. They're in the.
They are in the game. They just couldn't. Yeah, you just couldn't play with them. So like, of course,
what do you mean if you hack it?
Like if there's cheat codes and stuff like that. Of course, emulators and all that stuff has happened now. If you actually get inside the actual game and the ROM, you can actually see the faces of the old school characters.
But was that added after, or was that in the original game?
It was in the original game. It's just you couldn't access it unless they couldn't do that, or they would have to pay the actors. I'm sure they couldn't.
Oh, so they built them first.
They built them.
Didn't release them.
Exactly. They built them. They just didn't release them. So they're in the game. You just can't access them without cheating.
That would be a cool segment, like all the things that were in games, but like you don't know about because that seems like a waste of money to do that and then just hide it. But it seems like they didn't care back then. Like I think it was you guys who told me something about you or Jesse, something about like within the Knights game, you could like change it and make it like all snowy around Christmas. There was just like little things in that are like locked within games.
Yeah, Easter eggs. There's always Easter eggs, man. Like there's multiple channels, there's multiple videos, stuff like that, man. I watch them all the time. They're great. They're great.
Yeah, data mining is such a big part of the gaming community where the guys go into the actual files and just search file by file by file to see like, okay, I know what this is. And they find leftover sound effects that weren't used for certain characters.
Wow.
Like, it's dope. Like there's voice recordings of actors who went into the studio, were supposed, and I'm not just talking about 007, I'm talking about games, period. There's a lot of them.
Each one is just like a giant computer. That's crazy.
Exactly. And to jump back to 007, there was is it the golden gun that's in this game? It's the one shot, one kill.
The one shot, one kill.
The golden one, yo. I hated whoever picked that. I was like, yo, why? Why'd y'all put?
So then, what gun choice did you pick before going into multiplayer?
Ooh,
because remember there was power weapons. If you really wanted to be an asshole, the proximity mines. Remember the ones where just everything was blowing up? Like you could just lay those things everywhere. Slappers is the worst mode in gaming history.
Hilarious though.
Worst
hilarious. RPG mode too, where it was just rockets.
Rockets. Oh yeah, right, rockets.
Slappers was hilarious though.
I hated that, bro. I was always like, you guys are all trained by the military, and like you guys are secret agents. Y'all got no hands. How is nobody throwing a punch? Niggas just trying to like knock people out, like a classic spy when they just.
We'd be running. That'd be the funniest thing. That was the way you got to see how trash their runs were. Because we just run up, slap people by looking at each other's screens, and then run away. They're like, "Man, you being a hoe, bro."
A lot of people didn't know that running forward was way slower than sidestepping. So if you just held C left or right, I was getting away from everybody because I would just never tell anybody.
He was strapping around the levels.
Strafing, just like running this way, running. I'm like traveling this way.
Nice.
Shout out to Saquon Jenkins. Appreciate you with your little emotes.
Oh yeah.
And Will Sydney says Chickaroo sounds low key derogatory.
You could dual wield in this game too, right, Kadeem?
Dual wield? I think you can dual wield in this. I can't remember.
I could have sworn you could have
you
two
can.
guns.
You can.
That was
fun.
I think that's the first time I saw dual wielding in the game. I was like, yeah, I want two guns, bro. I want double up on them.
I should have started. That worked in this and one of the Call of Duties. I forget. It was called like a chemo mode or something, or Kimbo.
Akimbo, yeah.
And other than that, I don't like that. I don't like
Left 4 Dead had it at one point too. Left 4 Dead, that was dope to have two like double guns.
That's dope.
Kayla, appreciate you. She wants to know if we've ever played Dino Crisis.
I wrote her back and said I love the second one. Love Dino Crisis 2. Dino Crisis 1 was a little Dino Crisis 2, I loved it though.
I've seen that there's a mod out there for the Resident Evil 2 recent remake that turns it into Dino Crisis, and people are having a good time with that. And they've been begging people for years to remake Dino Crisis. I've never played it. I never played it. I don't get it.
Oh, I remember.
It's pretty much
the red hair and the cut off hair.
Yeah,
it's pretty much Resident Evil with dinosaurs, man. It's great. It's a good game. It is.
That is excellent comparison. Yeah, I can see that being. Yeah, that'd be a nice remake. That Turok. I would love.
Yeah, Turok was a good game.
Why haven't we gotten Turok yet?
I think they've released some Turok recently. I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if it looked good or anything, but it was good.
I saw a trailer for something, but I think it was fan made. It was like raptors running in the woods and stuff like that, and like so was he. At first, I thought it was like Uncharted, but it was Tarot. But I think it was fan made though. But what they made, I was like,
oh no,
what a remake it.
Apparently, their most recent one was in 08 for 360 and PlayStation 3. I did not know that. Oh, I do remember that. It was just called Turok. It didn't have a number on it.
Yeah, I could have swore something came
out.
Oh,
that's right. That's right.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I'm down with a Turok.
I'm down with it.
But yeah, 007, the GOAT in terms of multiplayer split screen. We don't even get split screen no more. Sadly, this game is asshole now. It is did not hold.
Tell the truth, brother.
It did not hold up. You couldn't pay me to play this game for longer than an hour.
One round out of me.
It's rough. Yeah. It is rough. Because Call of Duty just changed everything. It changed everything. You can't go backwards. And I don't know a lot of games like that because I can go back to old fighters. They're slow, but you can go back to like a lot of old fighters. You can go back to a lot of old puzzle games, a lot of old adventure games. But for some reason, shooters and sports, you can't really go back in video game.
Some sports you can.
I was about to say, hey, y'all played NFL Blitz, and it was amazing.
Blitz was dope. Blitz was cool to play.
Blitz was amazing.
That was a ridiculous game.
But come on, it's an OG.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking of like EA Big. I was thinking of like
EA Big games don't count.
Old Madden and stuff like that.
Those games don't count. Those games are timeless.
Although I probably would play NBA Jam, but I don't want to.
Hey, that's pretty much the same people. Midway made NBA Jam as well. So.
So just ridiculous sports.
Yep, exactly. Those are timeless.
Was their thing. Okay. Nice. Yep. Will?
All right. My next pick is not a classic to most, but a classic to me. I had a lot of fun. I feel like this was a very underrated game. And I also think it got some playback value if remade. Don't judge me. It was PlayStation, and it was a racing game called Jet Moto. Jet Moto was my shit. First of all, let me just paint the picture. Ridiculous levels of you on this motorized, tricked out jet ski, and you are racing other people. And like this is how it starts off. First of all, let's just talk about the sponsorship.
Look how many sponsorships are in this. It's unbelievable. Oh, I gotta restart it. I have to restart this. It's
ridiculous.
Real?
Unlock it. The more you play, the more you unlock, and they were better based off of who their brand.
Crunch Bar sponsorship.
Wow.
Baby Ruth. Okay, so we know Nestle is tied in.
Yep.
Nestle bought into the company. Who's next?
Mountain Dew. You driving with Mountain Dew now.
You're driving a Mountain Dew bike right now.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's unbelievable. How many damn sponsorships?
Bro, like, you know how much we play video games, especially as a kid? Like, you literally see 4 brands before every race. And then during the race, you see a brand the whole time. Like,
marketing.
That's great marketing.
Is that Coca-Cola over there?
Yep. Bro, this was so much. And so, like, it was such a wild thing. You had to learn how to ride against the waves to make yourself a little bit faster. And then, 2, when you were cutting corners, if you hold circle, there's like this energy field that'll grab you and loop you around. So it was kind of like drifting for you and stuff. And like the stadium was so dope. This was just like, this game was so much fun to play, especially like by yourself and with people.
This is cool. I'm trying to think, like, can you imagine if Mario Kart had advertisements right before you took off? Like, that shit would have blew up any company.
See, now you made me think about it.
Grab that up.
Who would you see? Who would be sponsoring Mario? Now y'all done made me. Hold on.
I don't think Nintendo would go for that shit. They'd be like, "You think we need money?"
We never thought the NBA would do that too, but now they got the brands on the jersey.
Good point.
Let's say Mario start like, hey man, let me get them pockets. Who would he be sponsored? This is like Mario Kart. Who would be on Mario's kart?
Drano.
Really?
Make the connections, guys.
He's a plumber. I get it. He's a plumber.
Levi's. Levi's would be another one.
Levi's Rigo.
Who?
I feel like
Levi's jeans. For his goddamn
denim.
Dickies.
Dickies, okay. I feel like Bowser would have like Jimmy John's, like Brock Lesnar's sponsor.
Yep.
He would have Jimmy John's on his cart for sure.
That's fun.
Oh,
Mario
that's cool.
eat? Is Mario known for eating stuff? I've never seen him eat anything.
Nah.
Does he eat these mushrooms to get big? Are these
That's
like
pretty much the only thing he gets is the shrooms, maybe some. That's pretty much it.
But does he eat them? Is it implied that he eats the power-ups?
I've always seen him just touch it.
It's like he absorbs it, or like I don't know.
Which is weird. You eat mushrooms, kill mushrooms, and your best friend is a mushroom.
Mario's story is it's psychopath. There's a whole theory about there. Shout out to good old Matt Pat Game Theory.
Is that the one where the original booklet said that the citizens were turned into question blocks?
Yep.
So he's just out here murdering.
Exactly. It's good. It's good.
He's a goddamn.
He's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer.
This game looks pretty fun though.
He's a sociopath.
Bro, like, I would really suggest for us to be able to play this on a Let's Play, bro. Like, this is so much fun. This is just one of the levels. There were so many dope levels you could play. There was like one for New Orleans that's like this huge waterfall drop that you got to go through. You had like turbocharge, and you could do tricks too and stuff. So like coming up here on these ramps, you could try to do backflips and stuff like that. This is just a really fun game to play with your friends.
There was a sequel, right?
Yeah, so there's just Jet Moto 1, Jet Moto 2, and I think a Jet Moto 3. Like, I can see this, like, I don't know who would put the money in to do a remake now, because I don't know, like, just the replay value in general, because I don't think this was, like, too many people played this back then, but as far as, like, with today's technology, like, being able to customize the Jet Motos themselves, picking the brands you want to be with, and being able to unlock those and stuff like that, and the crazy stages you can make. I just feel like there's some replay value in this, or remake value too.
I just realized these aren't jet skis.
Nah.
Wow.
They're going on. That's a whole freeway. That's crazy.
Straight hover.
They have a counterpart on 64 called Wave Race that I used to play. And it was cool, but it just didn't look this fun. This gives like Arctic. What was that thing we were just playing? Arctic Thunder.
Arctic Thunder. Yeah.
It gives those.
So these are like one of the stages too, like Blackwater Falls. Yeah, this is another one of my stages too. Oh, and you can knock people off your bikes.
I low key thought that this was a graffiti game.
You're thinking of Jet Set Radio Future.
Jet Set Radio.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of why I stayed away from this game. I always thought that this was that. And I didn't really like that game.
Dreamcast wise, Kadeem, there was Jet Set Radio, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was another character who was a girl who had like a pink dress. She was blonde, ponytails, and she had a little space gun. She was
Space Channel 8, was it?
What is it?
Look up Space Channel 8.
Like oh, you could go through that house they just passed by.
Space Channel 5.
Space Channel 5. I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
I never played this, I don't think.
I never played it either, but that and I always got confused between that game and Jet Set Radio for a long time.
Yeah, Space Channel 5.
Go-tos.
This is bringing back the memories.
Goddamn Dreamcast, man. Yeah, they tried.
When
Sega tried. Like, oh, y'all dropping consoles? Okay, we gonna drop another new gen console too. Here's the Dreamcast, but we can burn your games. Oh shit, we didn't think about that.
I like Dreamcast low key.
Oh no, but hey bro, I can't wait till this done. Y'all can get us some Power Stone. Cannot wait.
Stone.
We can do it on here. We can do it, but I'm just worried about this lag situation. I want to hear no more lag.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, listen.
Y'all don't want that.
Pat already riding, and he got another clip loaded. I'm not getting in the way of a bullet today. Leave it be.
Right.
I'm straight. I'm not catching a stray for them niggas today. No, thank you.
Wait till he hosts this.
Couple quick shout outs. Justin Herdigan, I think that's how you say it. Appreciate you. Said, have y'all ever played the Mega Man X series?
Hell yes. One of my favorite series. One of my favorite series. Mega Man X, Mega Man X2, Mega Man X3, Mega Man X4, I believe to me. That's the one that went to the PlayStation, right?
Yep. That's the peak.
That's it.
God, my man has died. Sorry.
Mega Man X4 is the peak, and then after that, they kind of went left and right with it. But there's been some spiritual successors like this video. If you love Mega Man X, go check out a game called 20XX.
That's the female, right?
20XX. It's available on the Nintendo Switch. An incredible game if you enjoyed the play styles of the original Mega Mans. And then there was one that came out called Mighty Number 9, who was developed by the same the game was developed by the same guy who put together the Mega Man series. Not
Nope.
a good. It wasn't good. It wasn't. He go funny.
Moto is struggling.
He is dying right
He's
now.
hitting every
Did you see
concrete
that?
wall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but you got to be careful on some of these things. Like going off the ramp, like that house they just passed. You could go through that house as a shortcut.
He's first place though.
Yeah, but if you get hit, like even the way you land, like right here, he should have used that little magnetic thing I was telling y'all to pull him so he don't hit the wall.
Yeah, this looks fun. I definitely want to play this. Somebody come get Brianna Smith. She said she loved playing Def Jam Vendetta, which is a great game, but also Shaq Fu.
Oh no,
Stop. We tried that.
Oh no, yeah.
Hey, listen, Shaq Fu wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. I'm gonna stick to this. Is almost gaming blasphemy. It's not that bad, y'all. It's not that bad. Y'all be
It's not that bad. I agree with my brother. It's not that bad. We grew up playing it, but I didn't know. I think the Sega version had more characters.
It did have more characters.
Which I was like, why weren't the same characters on the Super Nintendo?
But the soundtrack was worse because the Genesis has worse music in general.
Yeah.
It sounds like shit.
Did you guys know that Michael Jackson might have helped with the sound for Sonic 3?
I told you that.
You did.
On this show.
Can we get back to the fact that Kadeem said that Shaq Fu was a good game?
No.
I'm backing my brother.
No.
It ain't all
Hear
that
my words
bad.
clear. It's not bad. I didn't say it was a good game. That's two different things. It's playable. It is absolutely playable.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, what happened to my man? He in 20th place now.
Got knocked off.
It could get that real.
I didn't know that there was that many racers involved.
Oh yeah, it was a bunch.
Was that the gas station that used to have the T and the star back there?
Yep, Texaco.
Texaco had sponsorship in this game too.
Yep,
they're still around, right?
Butterfinger had his own car on here. It was both.
Butterfinger.
That's Butterfinger right there. That they're by.
That's dope.
I wonder how much that is.
That's dope. That's smart, man. I wonder why more companies haven't.
Paying, like what Pat just said, paying.
I feel like they're doing it on Call of Duty though.
Yeah.
I feel like you can get like certain equipment that's branded specifically. I mean, Fortnite. Look at what's going on with that.
What in Call of Duty?
I want to say like skins. I want to say like stickers for your guns that you customize. I want to say that's happening.
I think they do it the other way now. Though. I think what you do is obviously you go buy like a monster can and then it has like the 2 times rewards. I think they do it the opposite way. I don't think they put it in the game nowadays. I think they swapped that out. Like they don't do that anymore. Marco
Perez, he just dropped $5 on us on the super chat. We do appreciate it, brother. Link to the Past, Super Nintendo, Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty for the PS2, Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos on the PC. Those are his top 3 video games that defined him.
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft. Oh, so
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Separate? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys play a lot of PC games?
No.
I played Reader Rabbit.
No, none? Like never played PC games like that?
Reader Rabbit don't count?
Low key. Hang on, let me pull that up.
I played Oregon Trail.
Kadeem, what's the jumpstart game we couldn't beat? What grade?
3rd grade, bro. Can't beat that fucking game.
Hey. No. What was the other thing? Like the games on the website that you could go play, like the one that Holes game is on. Does that count as PC games?
Scholastic?
I played a lot of them.
No, I wouldn't count those, bro. Those are browser games. That don't count.
Okay. We never beat the Jumpstart Adventures 3rd grade game, Kadeem.
I know. And it was hard.
I don't want to get flagged, but I looked up Reading Rabbit, and why was this the first thing that popped up?
I mean, it's Niger. It's Niger. That is a place. That is an actual country.
No, for real. But it's just like, what does this have to do with Reading Rabbit? And sure.
Like, that's what I was trying to figure
out. It was to do building blocks. Like, damn, why you calling that?
So let's get out of that horrible past and let's jump into the future. Y'all know what part this is. Reader Rabbit. This is the time capsule segment. Okay. Thousands of years after we have destroyed this place with Popeye's biscuits and the roaches have finally taken over, someone's gonna find a time capsule, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of video games in that time capsule. What video games on this episode are y'all putting in the time capsule today?
So this is not our all-time. This is just today's choice.
No. If you like in these years when they find this capsule, what game would you put in there to really show the type who we were as people, as how we are now in this video game?
To show who we are, to show who who humans are as people, or just
in your eyes,
or like a game that's like representative of gaming.
All of that, all of the above.
Well, if it were to represent how shitty we are, I would definitely pick Fortnite. I would pick Fortnite. Yeah, you got to pay for everything, and it's free to play, which I think is very new school. That's like where it's going. But if I were to do a game that I like, it's definitely a different question.
I'm throwing Dance Dance Revolution in there with a gamepad.
Smart move.
That's funny.
That is a smart move.
Dance Dance Revolution, man. I didn't know you could play Dance Dance Revolution at home. I had no idea.
I found it in college.
That's crazy. The first time I ever saw it, I saw the gamepad on someone's carpet, and I was just like, "There's no way that works." And it worked.
And look, you think you'd be like, "I ain't finna do this shit."
You gonna do that shit?
I'm doing this. I'm still doing this.
Hell yeah.
I'm going with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
I just love the fighting style about it. One is Dragon Ball Z, so I feel like Dragon Ball Z should just be representative in there anyway. But it had all the characters, and I love the fighting style because it had the dodge. So like when you threw punches, it'll and stuff while they were doing the punches. So it was almost as realistic as the fighting style in the actual show. So I just love that about it, and the power up. So it's like you can either pick Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or you can get Goku and power up to Super Saiyan. But you can go all the way through. So like you can have like regular Goku and get all the way to Super Saiyan 4 fusion with Vegeta.
Oh shit! And that was a Z game?
Yeah.
There was like a whole what if dimension or world stuff like that in those games. It got crazy. Like they did some crazy mashups. The whole what if universes were pretty cool in those games.
So Budokai 3 would be mine.
Yeah. You're not gonna like mine.
What you got?
I said last time we did this, I said Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's out the way. Throwing Sekiro in there, man. Why not? Shit. I want future civilizations to think that we were the shit. I think that they should know that shit was hard out here for a pimp. Shit was difficult. And they're going to think that we were all elevated and we were all way better than we really were.
Somebody going to play it. They going to be like, we glad y'all did.
Show that old school Japanese artwork off.
That feudal times of Japan. I haven't played this game yet, man. I've only had a chance to play a little bit of it actually when we were doing You Trash Fam originally for All Death, and I haven't had a chance to really get my hands on this game. But hearing Will constantly bash how hard this game is, and then hearing Pat like, no, it's hard. It is a tedious ass game. I can't wait to play this.
I feel like you're gonna like it though.
Am I gonna rage quit?
I feel like you and Kadeem are going to enjoy it though, because as a game, it's amazing.
I like hard games though.
The fighting mechanics are dope. You guys are better than me though, like literally, like in gaming. So I feel like if it were hard because it was a bad game, that's one thing. But the reason why I think that Will and I hate it so much is because we wanted to be good at it so badly. The mechanics are dope. It's just like a beautiful game. The story is tight. The layout is cool. But it's just like, man, I'm trash. I'm legitimately trash.
You know how we were talking about doing something where we watch people do their playthroughs, and some people do it with no damage, some people do speed plays. My question is that do you think, and since you two have played it, is it possible to do a no damage run of Sekiro?
If you're a little Korean, absolutely.
It is out. I've seen it, and I have wrote in them comments, "Fuck you." I believed it, but I was mad. I was hot. Okay. So I was like, I ain't even get to 20% of beating the game. Not only did you beat the game, you didn't get touched.
I struggled at the first boss.
Never in my life have I ever felt as fat as I felt playing Sekiro. Because I was like, that was in the strict reality of I could not be a ninja. And the game is also showing me, with all the powers of being a ninja at your disposal, you still could not be a ninja.
Yep.
I had to face that.
That's yeah. It's one of those games like you just have to be okay with like losing 50 times in a row and just getting like a little bit further that day. Like Jesse told me that he lost to a boss like over 90 times, and it took him like months and months of just playing the same thing over again to pass it. And I was just like, I would like to play something else.
But for KHLEO and Kadeem, it's gonna be a drug, because the simple fact of y'all are hella competitive, y'all are gonna want to keep playing, because it is, like Pat said, it is a really good game. Graphics right, and it very pays so much attention to detail. Like when they like this is worse stealth than Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
The stealth is worse on here. Is worse than Metal Gear Solid.
What do you mean?
So, like as far as like having to sneak to through people through like levels to get to certain places, way worse than Metal Gear Solid. I'm talking about, think of Metal Gear Solid on steroids.
So people are bringing up good old Ninja Gaiden in the chat right now. Ninja Gaiden Black, especially for the Ninja Gaiden Black, especially for the Xbox. I played and beat that game multiple times. They're saying that was harder. So I think I'm going to be good at Sekiro. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Yeah, like I beat that game multiple times.
Ninja Gaiden was really difficult, but that was like one of the difficult games that I liked. Like I was actually really sitting there, and because I mean, Ninja Gaiden just was I don't think it was as difficult as Sekiro, because Sekiro gets difficult fast. And Ninja Gaiden, kind of like casual gamers could probably make it through some of it. I made it through most of it. I don't think I beat the entire thing. And I'm definitely talking about the newer ones, not the Nintendo ones. Is that what y'all talking about?
I was talking about the one on Xbox and on PS3.
Okay.
Yeah, there's newer ones that came out. So
shout out to Justin Herdigen. He dropped us a super chat. Streets of Rage 2 in the capsule. That's what he's putting in. That's what his choice is. Well, he was putting Streets of Rage 2.
Streets of Rage 4.
He asked, did we play the Streets of Rage on Genesis? And he also wanted to say Streets of Rage 4 is coming out this Thursday.
May 30th. Can't wait.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm hyped. I am hyped. They haven't put any type of promo about it. I literally just looked up and saw it come up on my damn email list. I was like, holy shit, it's coming out finally.
I'm so scared. Like, listen, I love Streets of Rage.
Can't
1
wait.
and 2, classic on classic on classic. 3, hot garbage truck juice.
Yeah.
So I'm so scared for 4.
I don't like any of these characters.
Again, this is one of these things. You know what it is. You know what it's about. Go have fun.
Now, I mean, we gotta do Sekiro. I want to do a. Well, I mean, if you guys like Mega Man and all that stuff, we should do a playthrough or a stream where KHLEO and Kadeem play it. I just want to watch. Fuck that game.
And I'm gonna commentate negatively throughout the entire game.
And we definitely got to watch a pro also.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because that would be insane. I want to watch what you guys were talking about with Mega Man too, because that game's hard as shit. And if people are really going through the entire game with no damage, like
that is crazy. That is just insane to me.
No damage?
No damage. No damage. Speed run, dipping through the levels. Love it. Beating the bosses in less than 30 seconds type stuff.
Hey, yo, man, I had a thought, man. I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on it. What y'all think about bringing play, download, and delete here? Because I feel like if we play that with games that define us, those are some hard choices.
So basically, we all give the game that defines us and then have a play, download, delete of those?
Yeah, or just a fresh 3.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I think that's something we can add into here. I saw people really like the whole like PS sales chat and stuff like that. They really like us going for that one. So I feel like it works here.
Yeah. We do it.
Marcus Fudge dropped another super chat for us, guys. He says, I need a God of War playthrough from y'all. We are or were.
Yeah. We dropped the ball on that.
we're bosses in. We're like 2 bosses into that game, right?
Yeah, we switched to another game, I think.
No, we are not. We fought one person.
Oh.
We haven't fought anyone.
Okay.
We literally found some stuff, started talking, got in a debate, paused the game, and got into this full argument for no reason at all.
About what?
I forgot what it was. We got to go rewatch it. But I remember definitely stopping and pausing and was like, every time we start talking about Greek stuff, it just goes off the rail. Because I think all of us are fans of like Greek mythology. And so we start going off with these what ifs, these other stories, these things that we didn't know about, just all kind of stuff. So we definitely need to play that some more.
So we got a God of War playthrough, but it's the old God of War games. I wonder if
God of War 3.
It's God of War 3, but I'm curious if my man Marcus Fudge is talking about the current God of War, which you guys both have played, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
I have to give a program.
One other game we got to bring over here to all Def Gaming. I know KHLEO, you ain't gonna like it, but they keep requesting it. The people are asking for it.
What?
It's time to go back to the Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
Jones, man.
I don't have a problem with that.
Cliff in so long, man.
I don't have a problem.
The need the Cliff in the life.
Let's do it, man. The people, it's enjoyable. People love that game. People love the scenery. I'm sure they'll put everyone in a good mood. Why not? Let's bring that one back for sure.
Hey, Will, if you want to, get your fix, go on YouTube and go to like all of this content in Breath of the Wild that people are doing. It is so dope. The folklore of it, like these timeline videos, these Easter egg videos, all of these things. I have been on I haven't played the game in a long time, but I've been watching hell of videos about it.
I gotta check this out then. Yeah, I got to check
game theory, all of that stuff. If you're into Zelda now, I would do the if you watch a video about the Zelda timeline, like on game, what's the guy you were talking about, Kadeem?
Matt Pat, game theory.
Yup. That his channel is incredible. If you look at the and he goes deep into the games, and he like keeps doing he keeps fixing the Zelda timelines because I guess Nintendo don't care like that.
Nope, they don't care.
And he tied them all together with one game, Hyrule Warriors. Apparently, Hyrule Warriors fixed the entire timeline because it involves multiverse. So, because Breath of the Wild brings all the timelines to one. It's not split up anymore. So watch that if you want to get your fix, because that's fire.
I'm going to check that out. I'm going to definitely check that out. Well,
all right, guys.
There it is, fellas. That is the games that define us. We each brought 2 to the table. I'm sure everyone had, got the chance to rekindle their memories really quick. And like, I remember that game. Oh, I remember that game. That's what this show is about for the 4 of us to be able to bring up back some nostalgic feelings and vibes for you guys and help show you what got us here, why we have All Def Gaming, why we have arcade tokens, and why we will be doing a bunch of playthroughs of some OG games because Zordon, a.k.a. Kadeem, can make that happen.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect. It's perfect. So don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a like below. Please turn the notification bell on so that way when we do go live or when we do drop new content, you guys are some of the very first people to watch it. Make sure you leave notification gang in the comments as well. And we will see you guys very soon, man. I go by the name of KHLEO Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know who was second. I'm Patrick Cloud.
And I am Will Pharaoh, and as always, take Sekiro and throw it in the trash.
Is that as always?
As always.
All right,
Get him out of here.
Good stuff, guys.